I'd like to welcome everyone to the Hartford Club. We are very excited to have you here today. The reason for our conference today is that we are launching a media campaign that we have been working on for quite a while, for several months, to let people know that the Hartford Club is alive and well and that the Hartford Club is back. There were many rumors over the years about difficulties that we were having, and we are now past those difficulties and moving forward in a successful path. We have now over 520 to 525 members, which if you compare that to local area, other clubs, we're doing very well. We have a balanced budget. We have an active and strong membership that is staying here. Our retention is very good, so we're very excited about things that are going forward. I want to thank Sullivan and Leshane for their participation, the Hartford Business Journal, Cashman and Katz, and certainly we thank the mayor for coming here today on another busy day in your life. At this point, I would like to introduce Tony Cashman to go over the media campaign that he's created. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here today. The advertising campaign that you were about to see is a result of over a year of a lot of planning and a lot of hard work by the dedicated marketing committee of the Hartford Club, as well as the work of Sullivan Leshane and Cashman and Katz. As Brian said, the Hartford Club is back. And to paraphrase a line from Buick, it's not your father or grandfather's Hartford Club, and it's certainly not your mother or grandmother's Hartford Club. Cashman and Katz and Sullivan Leshane work with the Hartford Club hard to take a hard look at itself. And we decided that how can we reinvent as well as rebrand the Hartford Club to make it relevant in the digital age. A digital age demands openness, transparency, accessibility, and a return on investment. What we discovered was today's Hartford Club, with some important tweaks, could do something critically important to a broad audience. What we discovered that the real currency that the Hartford Club has is it's a perfect place to meet, both personally and professionally. So the challenge was set in how we can best communicate the relevance in a compelling way. So I want to turn it over to Eric Cavoli, our creative director at Cashman and Katz, who can tell you a little bit how we came to the positioning that we did, as well as show you some of the creative that we've produced. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. We're going to show you in a few moments just a portion of the multimedia campaign we developed, the TV portion, which is a series of 15-second TV spots, which will run in small clusters. Like any effective advertising campaign, the core idea of the campaign, the creative platform, is very simple. We took a look at the Hartford Club, and you're looking at an organization that has endured for years and years and years. And during that time, there's been some, not insignificant changes, but at its core, there's something that hasn't changed. The core function, the real mission, the true value hasn't changed at all. From the very beginning, it's been a place for people to meet in person. It's been a place for people to network in person. It's been a place for people to share stories, dinner, a drink in person, and ultimately to forge lasting and meaningful relationships, be they personal or business. The challenge is that the world has changed around us in that time. And nowadays we're more apt to connect with a mouse click rather than a handshake. We're more likely to count our number of connections almost as a way of keeping score rather than truly valuing those connections and truly mining those connections. People share others' intellectual properties willy-nilly across the web rather than sitting down with someone face-to-face and sharing an interesting story. So what's happened is we've lost something. We're missing something, and that something is very human, it's very real, and it's what the Hartford Club promises today, just like it has several decades ago. And to sum up our campaign in a virtual world, it's nice to know that there are still some very real communities. So the Hartford Club is real life connections. And I'm just going to hit play here. Oh.
In real life, there's a place for social media and a place for just being social. The Hartford Club. Real life connections. In real life, you don't count your connections. You count on them. The Hartford Club. Real life connections. In real life, you don't need a computer to update your status. The Hartford Club. Real life connections. In real life, networking isn't a game. It's serious business. The Hartford Club. Real life connections.
Thank you. They really are. They're good. They make such a strong point, and I think the timing on all this is so good. With our new mayor, what's going on in the neighborhood we have here in Hartford. I was being interviewed this morning for a media discussion, and I was telling them last night I had a member that I was sitting with who just moved into Hartford. He rented an apartment on Front Street in the new building. There's only about 15 people in there, I think, so far. They're just getting people in, and so he's making all his friends and meeting all his connections, and he met a business connection last night here as well. We're excited about the area. You know, the Hartford Club has hundreds of events here every year, from small meetings of, you know, a law office or accounting office or any business, and then we have weddings, we have large banquets and so forth. So it is a valuable part of the community. So we're very excited to have our new and exciting mayor here today to join us in this. Luke Brunner, would you say? Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for the invitation to be here. This is exciting. I love this campaign. You know, the idea that there is still a place where you can come and just enjoy some time in person. Maybe not unplug altogether, but at least put the phone in the pocket and shoot some pool or have a drink or have a meal with friends and maybe build some new friendships is great. I mean, for this institution, which is just such a beautiful place and has had such an important place in the intellectual and social and business life of this great city. I think the Hartford Club is really experiencing a renaissance, and I hope that renaissance tracks a renaissance for Hartford more broadly. And I look forward to. I'm now just about a block down the road, so I look forward to coming over here often to enjoying the beautiful dining room, the outstanding new chef, Chef Tripp, who is great, and I think will help really bring the dining room back to life. And this message, I think, will resonate with an awful lot of people who really want a place to just get together in person, build new friendships, and spend time with old. So thank you again for the chance. Cashman and Katz, you guys did a terrific job. The Hartford Club, I also want to say, you know, I've talked a lot in the last couple weeks about the greatness of this city, and part of the greatness of this city is that there are so many people, whether they live in Hartford or whether they don't, who are committed to seeing our city succeed. And it's worth noting that, you know, the reason we're able to stand here today and look at this campaign is that there are a group of people from within Hartford and out who are dedicated to seeing the Hartford Club survive and thrive and, you know, put their resources into to saving an incredibly important historical and social asset for the city of Hartford. So I think we all owe them we'd get a gratitude, and thank you to everybody who was part of this, and thanks for the invitation.
Thank you. The last thing that I just want to go over, I want to thank our manager, Tom Natola, our new manager, who's really helped us to make some corners, and our chef, who is, I have to say, one of the best chefs in Connecticut. The food here is very good. I was much thinner a few months ago. The last thing I just want to talk about is, you'll see a rendering here of a bar. We are planning to take out the service bar and put a new bar in here and make this room the Hartford room. So it'll have the history of Hartford on different walls, Colt Factory, Travelers, different companies that have been through Hartford, and make this room a real history, and I think that's what people want to see in this day and age. So again, I want to thank everyone for coming today. We really appreciate it, and I want to thank Tony and your team, Cashman Katz, Eric, everybody, and Sullivan and Shane again. Thank you all very much.
Questions?